What are the top 10 Oasis B-sides? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the Rock Squad channel and welcome to my list of the top 10 Oasis B-sides. Before we get to it, guys, if you love to rock out as much as we do, if you love Oasis as much as we do here on the Rock Squad channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video. I'd appreciate that very much. And make sure to share this video online with your friends and fellow Oasis fans. So the reason why I wanted to do this video for the top 10 Oasis B-sides, other than the fact that Oasis is, of course, my favorite band of all time, is because I've been noticing a lot of Oasis fans joining us here on the Rock Squad channel. There's been a few videos that I've been doing over the last little while because obviously I can talk about Oasis all day, but I did a rock albums ranked of all the Oasis albums, a rock albums ranked of all the Liam, Noel, and BDI albums, and then also did a review of the new Noel Gallagher album, Council Skies, which of course is an amazing record. So I figured, since we have so many Oasis fans, so many new subscribers and watchers here on the channel, that I thought it'd be a great chance to do my top 10 Oasis B-sides. So just to give you a little bit of background and history with me and Oasis B-sides, I've been an Oasis fan since 1996, and that's when I started collecting basically anything that was available at the time, CD singles, albums, and all that other fun Oasis stuff. Yes, I can remember back in the year 1996 picking up my very first Oasis record. So when I became an Oasis fan in 1996, I bought Morning Glory, I bought Definitely Maybe, and then I found out that Oasis was releasing all these unreleased new tracks on their singles that they were releasing over in the UK, and obviously being over here in Canada, it was a little bit harder to get those Oasis singles and find them in stores, even though I did eventually find them because I have my Oasis single collection here as well that I've been collecting since 1996, and I was actually able to catch up on all those Oasis B-sides because I purchased these guys. I found these, I think, in an HMV in Limeridge Mall, or maybe in Toronto back in 96 or 97. I found these cigarette boxes, these Oasis B-side collections, the one from Definitely Maybe and the one from Morning Glory, which allowed for me to catch up and basically listen to all those amazing songs that they were releasing as B-sides on their singles. And that's the incredible thing about Oasis, is that they release so many great B-sides. When you got a single, like Some Might Say or Wonderwall, it was accompanied by 3 other amazing tracks that weren't even on the album, but were of as equal quality as anything on the Oasis albums. And as many fans have argued over the years, a lot of these B-sides could have been on the albums. Yeah, there's so many great Oasis B-sides in the canon. I'm sure I'm going to be missing some on this list, but let's get to it. Before I get to the top 10 list of my, I think the best, but my favorite Oasis B-sides, let's do 5 honorable mentions. Coming in at number 5 on my honorable mentions list of Oasis B-sides, we have Flashbacks from the All Around the World single in 1998. This was a pretty good Oasis single from the Be Here Now era. It had some great B-sides on it, including The Fame and a cover of the Rolling Stones' Street Fightin' Man, but for my money, Flashbacks is the best song on the All Around the World single, one of the best Oasis B-sides because it's got a great vocal from Noel, it's super catchy, and it just, goes to show you how much great material was coming out of the Be Here Now era that maybe didn't end up on the album. Maybe Flashbacks should have been on the album, but otherwise I think it's an incredible song. So coming in at number 5 on the honorable mentions, it's Flashbacks. Coming in at number 4 on our honorable mentions of Oasis B-sides is Half the World Away from the Whatever single in 1995. Now, Whatever was a great single, but the B-sides on it were incredible. It's Good to Be Free, as well as, they just put Slide Away on it, so that wasn't really a B-side, but Half the World Away has, gone into the Oasis canon as one of Noel's best acoustic Oasis songs. It's up there with Talk Tonight, which will be on the list, I'm sure, up there with Talk Tonight and some of the other best Oasis B-sides that Noel sings, and I think the Half the World Away is one of Noel's best acoustic songs, and that's one of the reasons why I love Oasis and started playing Oasis songs myself, because Noel Gallagher made those great acoustic songs that were so easy and so fun to play on the guitar. So coming in on my honorable mentions list at number 4 is Half the World Away. I would like to leave this city. This old town don't smell too pretty. And coming in at number 3 on the honorable mentions is My Sister Lover from the Stand By Me single in 1997. Aside from the weird title, this is actually, I think, a song that was way back from early on in the Oasis canon, like before they got signed. I think My Sister Lover and a combination of other songs were like already in the Oasis repertoire, and then they wrote the song and recorded it in 1997 for the Stand By Me single, which is my favorite Oasis single. We'll get to that a little more in just a little bit, but My Sister Lover has an incredibly catchy chorus and some amazing vocals from Liam. The chorus is just like unbelievably catchy. It's such an earworm, and it's one of my favorite Oasis B-sides, so it makes the honorable mentions list at number 3. Coming in at number 2 on the honorable mentions list is Eyeball Tickler from 2005 on the Lila single. This song was written by Gem Archer, who's wrote some great songs for Oasis, but I think Eyeball Tickler might be the best because it's just a ripping tune, man. It's such a rocking song. It's got a great vocal from Liam. It's got a great snarl on it, and it's probably one of the best Oasis B-sides that wasn't written by Noel or Liam. So for me, Eyeball Tickler is a great song and worthy of mention on this list. So coming in at number 2 from the Lila single, we have Eyeball Tickler. And then coming in at number 1 on the honorable mentions list is Rockin' Chair from the Roll With It single back in 1995. Of course, this was a very controversial single because it went up against Blur's Country House to try and win the number 1 spot on the British singles chart at the time. But this is a great single. It's got It's Better People on it, as well as a live version of Live Forever. And Rockin' Chair might be one of the best Morning Glory era B-sides with just an incredibly aching vocal from Liam. And I think he's been playing it live recently too. So it just goes to show you how this is really one of the best most melancholy Oasis B-sides, and really a song that I just love, and kind of brings me back to the mid 90s when I started getting into these Oasis B-sides and discovering a lot of their great music. So coming in at number 1 on the honorable mentions list of Oasis B-sides, we have Rockin' Chair. So let's finally get to it. My top 10 Oasis B-sides. Coming in at number 10, we have Let's All Make Believe from the Go Let It Out single in 2000, the lead single from Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. It ended a long drought of Oasis music for fans that who were into the band at the time. There was a long drought of new Oasis stuff, and then they dropped this single, and there was a shift in the paradigm of Oasis singles at the time, because all the singles previously had 3 B-sides, and then because of a change in the British chart rules, the singles went down to only having 2 B-sides. But man, talk about a B-side. And really, this is one of those Oasis classic should have been on the album tracks. Let's All Make Believe, I think, is one of those songs that a lot of people think would have made Standing on the Shoulder of Giants a stronger album. It's already a good album, but putting Let's All Make Believe on it would have made it an even better album, and really one of the best vocals from Liam. I think it's the only B-side from this era that he does vocals on. Everything else has been done by Noel, but it was an incredible vocal from Liam, and really just such an amazing song that should have been on the album. Coming in at number 10 on the top 10 Oasis B-sides, it's Let's All Make Believe. Coming in at number 9 on my top 10 list of Oasis B-sides, we have Going Nowhere from the Stand By Me single. For my money, Stand By Me is the best Oasis single. It's got the best B-sides on it. I already put My Sister Lover on the list of honorable mentions. I'm going to put I Got the Fever further up on this list, but coming in at number 9 is Going Nowhere from Stand By Me, and I just love this song from Noel. I think it's actually one of the songs that he wrote way earlier in his songwriting career, before Oasis even got together, and then recorded for this single in '97. I love the horns on this song. I love the acoustic guitars. I love the melody. It's just such a great Oasis song, and I think Noel's included it on the set list for his current North American tour. So excited to see him perform that when I see them in Toronto. But I think that's one of my favorite Oasis B-sides. It just gets such great nostalgic feelings. It reminds me of a Burt Bacharach song. It's just a great Oasis, a sweet Oasis song, and Noel Gallagher does that so well. So coming in at number 9 on my top 10 Oasis B-sides is Going Nowhere.
Here am I, going nowhere on a train.
Coming in at number 8 on my top 10 list of Oasis B-sides is Cloudburst from the Live Forever single. Otherwise the Live Forever single is actually kind of disappointing, because all it has is an acoustic version of Up in the Sky, a live version of Supersonic from April of '94, and this is actually the only original B-side that is on the Live Forever single. But it's a great single. It's got a picture of John Lennon's house from Liverpool, and Cloudburst is an amazing Oasis song. It's again one of those should have been on the album songs. If Cloudburst was on, it's already one of the best albums of all time. But I think, maybe you swapped out Dixie's Dinner with Cloudburst, it might be even a little bit better. But Cloudburst is such a great song, and it's got a great vocal from Liam. It's one of those definitely maybe B-sides. I think it was probably my favorite of all the definitely maybe B-sides. If you've never heard Cloudburst, you should definitely check it out. It's number 8 on my top 10 list of Oasis B-sides. Coming in at number 7 on my Oasis B-sides list is Round Our Way from the Wonderwall single that came out in '96. Obviously, Wonderwall was Oasis' biggest hit. It had some great B-sides on it, including The Master Plan, which is going to be further up on this list. It's got the Swamp Song on it, which is a great instrumental B-side that was chopped up to be I guess just filler tracks on Morning Glory. It kind of pops in and out of there on a radio frequency. And then the song Round Our Way, which is basically just a big football, soccer, hooligan hooligan song, I suppose. It's about, basically playing a soccer game. Sorry for my international UK fans, a football game when they're playing on the football pitch. And really, this song is just so energetic. It's got the harmonica on it. It's got the horns on it. It's very bombastic. It's very in your face. It's super catchy. It's got an amazing vocal from Liam, as do most of the B-sides from the Morning Glory era. And it really is, for my money, one of the best and just rockin' Oasis singles that always puts me in a good mood. So coming in at number 7 on my top 10 list of Oasis B-sides, we have Round Our Way. Coming in at number 6, we have Thank You for the Good Times from the Stop Crying Your Heart Out single. This song was written by Andy Bell, who wrote some good songs for Oasis, but I always felt the biggest crime, or one of the biggest crimes in Oasis, B-side history, is that Thank You for the Good Times was not put on Heath and Chemistry in place of A Quick Peep. A Quick Peep is like a quick instrumental song they put on that album that I guess is kind of like a transition song. It's just such a filler track on Heath and Chemistry, and why would you do that? If you're going to put one Andy Bell song on Heath and Chemistry, it should have been Thank You for the Good Times. And this is a great single too. Like Shut It Out Loud is a great song from Stop Crying Your Heart Out as well, but I really wish that Thank You for the Good Times was a song on Heath and Chemistry, because I think it's probably the best song that Andy Bell wrote for Oasis. So coming in at number 6, we're going to put Thank You for the Good Times.
Who will rise? It would be so nice to hear you say thank you for the good times before the good times fly away.
Coming in at number 5 on my top 10 Oasis B-sides is Talk Tonight from the Some Might Say single in 1995. I think probably one of the best Oasis singles overall. You had Acquiesce, you had Head Shrinker, and this song, Talk Tonight, one of Noel Gallagher's best acoustic ballads. Really such an amazing song, such a sweet song, and a song that I love to sing, and a song that it's so romantic. It's just such an amazing song. I know Noel Gallagher was going through a bunch of stuff when he wrote it back in the mid-90s, but really, it doesn't get any better than Talk Tonight. If you're a fan of Noel's acoustic ballads, Talk Tonight sets the template for what makes a great Noel acoustic ballad, and it's just such a great song, and it's such a great B-side as well. Maybe could have been on the album. I don't think it really fits with the Morning Glory vibe. Morning Glory is a very loud rock album, and I think Talk Tonight maybe would have felt a little bit out of place, but as a B-side, it's absolutely fantastic. So coming in at number 5, we're going to put Talk Tonight.
I want to talk tonight about how you saved my life.
Coming in at number 4 on my top 10 Oasis B-sides, we have Stay Young from the Do You Know What I Mean single in 1997. Now, Do You Know What I Mean was actually the first Oasis single after I bought the cigarette boxes. It was actually the first Oasis single that I bought when it actually came out, upon release. I remember going to the HMV in Lime Ridge Mall and finding this CD on the rack, and it was amazing. I remember popping it into my Discman when it came out, putting on the headphones, and Do You Know What I Mean as an A-side blew my mind, and it really solidified Oasis as my favorite band of all time, because Be Here Now, I was totally wrapped up in the hype of that at that time. But then, you listen to the B-sides. You have Angel Child, which is another great Noel acoustic ballad. You have their cover of Heroes from David Bowie, which is a great cover. Love Noel's vocal on that one. But Stay Young, talk about a great Oasis song. I know a lot of people think that it should have been on Be Here Now, but it doesn't quite fit the kind of cocaine-filled, bombastic vibe of Be Here Now. It's a lot more cheerful and a lot more energetic. Love the drums from Alan White on it as well. It's just overall a great Oasis song and a great Oasis B-side. Could have been on the album, but otherwise it's good here on Do You Know What I Mean single, and for my money, one of the best Oasis B-sides. So coming in at number 4, we got Stay Young. And coming in at number 3, you know what? All 3 songs from this single made it on the list. I Got the Fever from Stand By Me in 1997. I don't know what it is about this single. I just think it's my favorite Oasis single. I think it's the best Oasis single. We already talked about My Sister Lover. We already talked about Going Nowhere. Now we're talking about I Got the Fever. And it's just, I don't know what it means. A lot of people don't talk about I Got the Fever. I think it's one of the most underrated and not as well known Oasis songs out there in general. When it comes to B-sides, a lot of people know these songs that were on the list. They were on the Master Plan album. I don't even know why I didn't put the Master Plan album up here, but they were on the Master Plan album, and there was just there was a lot of B-sides that made it out into the general consciousness. But I Got the Fever is I feel like a hidden gem, and one of those songs that a lot of Oasis fans, or maybe a lot of casual Oasis fans, don't know. So if there's one B-side from this list that I would absolutely recommend to Oasis fans and new Oasis fans, old Oasis fans, if you haven't heard it, you got to check out I Got the Fever. Coming in at number 2 on my top 10 list of Oasis B-sides, we have Acquiesce. Of course, Acquiesce would be on this list, and at number 2, featuring one of the best, if not, well, aside from Let There Be Love, the only duet between Noel and Liam. Liam doing the verses, Noel doing the choruses, singing about how they need each other. We believe in one another. It's one of those songs that people listen to hope and pray that Oasis get back together. And if they do get back together, I think everybody would freak out if they sang Acquiesce. So hopefully they will do that when they get back. It's not an if, it's a when. They will get back together at some point. But again, the Some Might Say single is a fantastic single from front to back, and Talk Tonight was on it, like we mentioned, and Acquiesce, which I think is one of the best Oasis singles, and was actually released as a single, or B-sides, and released as a single when the Master Plan came out in 1998. So coming in at number 2, we got Some Might Say, Acquiesce. And coming in at number 1 on my top 10 Oasis B-sides, is this one really any surprise? Coming in at number 1 is The Master Plan from the Wonderwall single. Of course, The Master Plan was the title track of the B-side album that the band put out. The Master Plan, for my money, is the best Oasis B-side. It should have been on Morning Glory. It's, a crime. Even Noel Gallagher admits this. It's a crime that it ended up as a B-side. Of course, it has gotten its time in the sun, but to me, The Master Plan is not just a great B-side. It's not just a great Oasis song. It's one of the best songs ever written, period. I want The Master Plan to be played at my funeral. That's how much I love the song. I know that's dark, but that's true. I want to play it at my funeral. I love this song. I love The Master Plan. Noel's crowning achievement as a songwriter. It doesn't get any better than Master Plan. The song is epic. It is emotional. It is incredible. The strings, the production, everything on it is absolutely incredible. And it was put as a B-side back in 1996. It's incredible. It's one of the best songs ever written. And it's the top number 1 song on my list of top 10 Oasis B-sides. I'm sure a lot of Oasis fans would agree with me on that. So coming in at number 10 is The Master Plan. The Master Plan.
Nobody knows how it's gonna be. Please, brother, let it be. Life, on the other hand, won't make you understand. We're all part of a master plan.
And that is it, guys. That is my list of the top 10 Oasis B-sides. I know this is hopefully going to cause a lot of conversation and a lot of debate about what our favorite Oasis B-sides are. So hop into the comments. Let me know what your favorite Oasis B-sides are, and let me know what you thought of the list. Make sure to subscribe to us here on the Rock Squad channel, and make sure to like this video. I'd appreciate that. Make sure to share this video online with your friends and your fellow Oasis fans, Noel and Liam fans. Thank you to everybody who's been subscribing lately, and all the Oasis and just music fans who are out there subscribing to the channel. It's been really great interacting with everybody and all the Oasis fans, and just sharing our love of this band, which will get back together at some point. Make sure to follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rock Squad Pod. And you can check out my band as well if you love Oasis and Foo Fighters and Weezer and that kind of stuff. You can check us out right now at foolsunion.com. But I'll see you guys for another video here on the Rock Squad channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.